So much in flux now with the blue wave washing over the Commonwealth of Virginia, from gun rights to abortion and other social issues. Let's bring in the former press secretary of the Democratic Policy and Communications Committee, Rochelle Ritchie, and Fox News contributor, First Baptist Church pastor Dr. Robert Jeffress. Welcome to both of you.
Hi, Shannon.
Hi, Shannon.
Okay, Pastor, you were at the White House today as the president was talking about his judicial appointments, and they become important in scenarios like this where states pass their own laws. Many of them are being challenged on social issues, including things like abortion. And just today, we saw that a judge put a regulation on hold, or essentially threw it out altogether, something that's a conscience protection for medical professionals who would say, I don't want to take part in an abortion, that kind of thing. So the judicial appointments that you were there to take a part in the ceremony today, very important.
Very important. And look, I'm the first to say I believe in equal rights for all Americans, regardless of race, religion, gender, or sexual orientation. But what conservatives can't support is special rights or imaginary rights for some Americans at the expense of real constitutional rights of others. And you saw that in the case you just mentioned, Shannon. One single solitary federal judge overturned a protection for medical workers who, for religious reasons, didn't want to participate in physician-assisted suicides or abortions. And he overturned that protection. And look at the Constitution. There is no guarantee a right to an abortion or a physician-assisted suicide from any medical provider you choose. But what there is in the Constitution is the promise of a religious protection for all areas of life, including the workplace. And I think the good news is, as this judiciary becomes more conservative, both at the Supreme Court and the federal level, I think you're going to see the court interested in protecting real constitutional rights, not imaginary ones.
All right, Rochelle, to that point, there are going to be a number of these legal battles where these states and their legislatures do things that then are challenged in court, whether it's something that's conservative or liberal. The bench really matters. And now Virginia is being looked to as sort of this battleground area where it may be, whether it's guns, abortion, this equal rights amendment. Listen, from the governor on down to both houses, it's now blue, and they've got a lot of opportunity here.
Well, yeah, but I think this is also going to be an uphill battle for the ERA. And I think that if you actually look at some of the things that women could possibly lose, there's some unintended consequences within the ERA. Yes, women absolutely deserve all the rights that men have, but when you look at some of the federal courts, they can start to reevaluate some of those laws and say, okay, when a woman gets a divorce and a woman gets alimony, does more money now go to the man because she makes more money? When you look at child support, it could be that same sort of argument. So I think that the intentions here are really good and really strong, but I think that there are some unintended consequences that could actually end up rolling back the rights that women are now afforded. Now, of course, everyone, as Trace mentioned, is looking at this and saying, okay, this is an opportunity to kind of blanket and protect abortion rights. But we all have to remember that even if Roe v. Wade is overturned, the states can still enact abortion rights for women. So that's not really necessarily a protection there.
Okay, and on this issue of abortion, Judicial Watch was able to get Freedom of Information Act documents asking about talking points that were allegedly given to Governor Northam after he had that statement talking about if an infant is born alive after a botched abortion, they need to be kept comfortable and resuscitated if that's what the mother and family want. Well, now we have this email that shows he was given these talking points by a Planned Parenthood official. At least they were sent to his office saying there's no such thing as abortion up to earth. These are up to birth. They are complicated medical decisions. As a physician, because he is one, I know how important it is to trust my patients, all kinds of things that he apparently, and others who were out there talking about this issue, we heard these exact things that were said. Pastor, I'll ask you first, and both have a very quick comment from you both. Listen, we hear from special groups all the time. Is it any different when it comes to elected officials?
Well, I think this shows the incestuous relationship between Planned Parenthood and the Democrats. I mean, the Democrats have provided hundreds of millions of dollars to Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood provides campaign contributions, marching orders, and talking points. And what's interesting in these emails, Shannon, is that really they didn't retract, either Planned Parenthood or Ralph Northam, their basic contention that a woman ought to be able to have an abortion at any stage in the pregnancy, including when the child is in the birth canal of the mother. And for most Americans, that's not only horrific, it's barbaric. And I think it shows why the Democrats in August decided not to try to appeal to religious voters. Nobody with any kind of faith or any kind of conscience could support the barbaric beliefs of the Planned Parenthood / Democrat Party.
Really quickly, abortion and infanticide are two different things, and I will not sit here and support Governor Northam for anything, considering his Halloween costume and blackface. So I don't support him at all, but I also recognize that abortion and infanticide are two different things.
Yeah, and I think everyone agrees they'd like to keep it that way.
Yeah.
Okay, abortion itself is a whole nother debate. But Rochelle and Pastor, great to have you both on these hot issues tonight.
Thank you so much.